Hey guys, Aaron here, and I'm coming at you with a flashlight review. This is the Muyshondt Aeon MkIII, and I was one of the fortunate people that beta tested these lights from Enrique Muyshondt. In addition to doing that, I also did the photos for Muyshondt's website, and because of that, I've been able to handle every version since the original prototype. Muyshondt's lights have historically been some of my all-time favorite EDC lights. I've owned every version of the Aeon, the Mark I, the Mark II, and the Mark III, and they just keep getting better and better. But before we get into the review, I wanted to announce that this channel, my channel, is now sponsored by Urban EDC Supply. These guys are super cool, and not only are they dealers on Muyshondt lights, but they also are dealers on things like the Victorinox. They sent me this here, which is the Victorinox Spirit Tool. Soon to be reviewed. And they sent me some Riate stuff, which I had never had a chance to handle before. And these are super cool. Expect a review on that as well. And they sent me a bunch of other stuff too. One of the things that's worth pointing out in this specific review is that they are the exclusive dealer for the bead blasted titanium Aeon. And this is the owner of Urban EDC Supply's personal light that he sent me. So head over there after the video and check it out. I put their link in the description, and I really, really like the stuff that they're doing. So worth taking a look at. Anyway, back to this. Some specifications. It is 17.5 millimeters in diameter, 63 millimeters long. The emitter in it is a Nichia 219 high CRI emitter with a custom orange peeled reflector. The modes on it are 1 lumen low, 25 lumen medium, and 180 lumen high. And the crystal material in the titanium, copper, and premium material lights is going to be sapphire. In the aluminum version, it will be mineral glass. It has a steel clip, and the weights are going to vary based on what material of light that you have. So let's talk about the business end of the Aeon Mark III. It really is something to behold. Typically, when I'm looking at a flashlight, I evaluate the light, the output of it, by 3 criteria: brightness, so lumens that it can spit out, beam shape, and color rendition. The Aeon checks all these boxes. It uses the Nichia 219 high CRI, like I said, with a 3-level clicky. The lowest mode being 1 lumen, like I just said. The medium is 25, and the high is 180. These are the published outputs by Muyshondt. The modes are well spaced, with notable jumps between each level. In the dark, the low and medium modes are all you need, while the high is a little too much like in a dark room at night. However, the high performs perfectly in semi-lit environments. So like if you drop something under your desk, throw the high on, and it'll light up everything and you can see it. The beam itself, as you can see, is nicely defined with a really good spot and spill off. I don't see any artifacts or any weird things in the beam whatsoever. It's really, really clean. And despite not being a billion lumen eyeball roaster, the reflector throws the light a long ways, easily projecting a solid beam pattern quite a distance. I don't know, a couple hundred feet maybe. I was recently in Mexico on vacation, and my wife and I wandered out onto the beach after the sun had gone down in Tulum. And we used the Aeon to look for seashells in the dark, and it was perfect, like holding a little focused beam of sunlight in your hand. Perfect color and excellent brightness. Really, really good performance on that. The runtimes are pretty great. Traditionally, Muyshondt lights are built to emphasize efficiency. The published runtimes on the Mark III are 48 minutes on high, 13 hours, 15 minutes on medium, and a sustained 57 hours on low. I know that since those results had been published, there have been some adjustments made, and I think what that's going to do is keep the high about where it's at in terms of runtime, but then lengthen the medium slightly. So ultimately, I think the takeaway on efficiency is that it's pretty great. I mean, 57 hours on low basically means a little less than 2.5 days sustained. That's insane, especially when you think about how long you're running your light each time you use it. A few seconds to like maybe a minute tops. I've had my titanium and my MkIII Aeons for quite a while, and I've yet to have to replace a single battery. And I've been carrying them exclusively since then. So that's pretty cool. Carryability. Previous versions of the Aeon were clipless. They were just small pocket flashlights that you could carry on your keys or just toss in the bottom of your pocket. They worked great, but there was and is a demand out there for a flashlight with a pocket clip. This clip is sort of a steel hybrid of the Chris Reeve clip. You can see there, it has that indentation on it to really lock it in your pocket. So it has where the clip makes contact with the body, plus a secondary little notch. Clip make contacts with the body with a secondary little notch. So it really secures the light in your pocket. This isn't something that you're going to lose. However, this is now where a taste issue is going to come up. The pocket clip is on the tighter side. I found it reasonably easy to use, and likely it's loosened up since day one. However, I think that some people will really like the security this affords, and I think that others may not care for how tight that clip is. I've had my fingers crossed. These are steel clips, like I said. I've had my fingers crossed on getting a tie clip made for these lights or on the next version of lights, and we'll see what happens. But in the time being, this is functional. It carries great, and it's actually been pretty easy on my pockets. That's not something that I expected with the tightness of this clip, but it's been good. It's been fine to carry. You can see that the one thing that I did on my personal lights is I added a small split ring with a lanyard. This just helps get it out of your pocket or out of like a little leather slip, which is how I carry this one here. And I recommend doing that for everybody that owns one of these lights. So to wrap up, I am an unabashed, self-admitting fan of Muyshondt lights. I own several, and I typically am carrying one daily. I think the design and the efficiency makes them really worthwhile to throw in your pocket, and they're a tool you can depend on. You don't need to worry about it failing on you. You don't need to worry about packing more batteries. It's just something that you can have in your pocket and not really stress about. They come in several versions, like I said. You have the titanium one here. You have a copper one here. And this will patina and everything for you. You can see there's already a little bit developing on there now. They come in aluminum in 3 colors. So you have black, indigo, and like a desert tan or kind of goldish. These are super cool and really affordable. And then Enrique is making them in premium materials as well. I have one in MkIII. He's also making them in Timascus. I don't have a Timascus example, but I've seen one in person, and they do look very, very cool. So the only differences, as I stated earlier, between these versions is that the Ti, copper, and premium materials all come with a sapphire lens, whereas the aluminums have a mineral glass lens. The rest of them, same levels, same emitters, steel clips, all that stuff. Let's see. Once again, these are available, except for these, I believe, and I don't know if they're stocking any of the plain titaniums. They probably are available from Urban EDC Supply. That's my dealer of choice to recommend to you. And also, as I said at the top of the video, they are the exclusive dealer for the bead blasted titanium version. Very, very cool. Kind of similar to like the Sebenza bead blast. It's a good finish on these lights. It'll wear really nice. Bead blast only looks better as you carry it. So they also are selling these little slips to put them in. In addition, Muyshondt has made slips out of Horween and Show Cordovan and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Those are available on Muyshondt's website. These are available on Urban EDC Supply. So with that said, you can find me on Instagram. The link is in the description, as well as our channel sponsor, who I've also linked. And as always, I'm looking forward to your feedback and comments. Thanks a lot, guys. See ya.